chance, and folks looking for a chance to move up. Coming up next year, our junior middleweights, Michael Finney and Prichard Cologne. Ray Flores has the introductions.
Center in Brooklyn, live on ESPN. Premier Boxing Champions now features 6 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division. The 3 judges ringside are John McKay, Kevin Morgan, and Waleska Ruban. And the referee in charge when the bell sounds, Sade Murdon. Introducing first out of the red corner, wearing the red with the white and the black trim. His professional record, 12 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 10 wins coming by way of knockouts. From Smith Station, Alabama, here is Michael Finney. Across the ring, out of the blue corner, wearing the colors of Puerto Rico. As a professional, undefeated, 14 wins, 11 of those coming by way of knockouts. Hailing from Orocovis, Puerto Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Prichard "Dig It" Cologne.
All right, bring it in. Right here, you're a little high. So this is a good shot. Okay, as a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. When I call for a break, I want you to give me a clean break. Touch gloves, let's go to 1.
Hey, Joe, that first fight, both fighters being down in the first round, in the opening I said, I think we're going to see or have a chance to see some crazy stuff.
You promised crazy, and boy, did we deliver crazy.
That qualifies for crazy, I think.
One of the wildest rounds in boxing this year. First round between Mora and Jacobs.
Cologne has been carefully managed or navigated so far. He hasn't been tested, while Finney, oh yeah, he's been thrown in tough. Finney has not won in his last 4 fights, but losses were to good fighters. Again, he's been in, Finney that is, with much better opposition. Finney comes from Alabama. A lot of good football players, but not too many fighters.
There's one heavyweight of note.
Oh, that's true. A guy named Wilder, who recently won one of those too many belts that are out there.
But outside of Mr. Wilder, yes, I would strongly agree with that assessment of Alabama. Thus, when you look at Finney and you see how well traveled he is with fights in Nevada and California and throughout, you're fighting in Brooklyn. That's the undefeated Cologne.
If there's an advantage for Finney, it would be that he's been in real fights. He was signed by Top Rank Promotional Company in 2012, but was released from the contract last year. Obviously, they no longer believe he could get to the top of this business. And obviously, the people behind Cologne, who have so carefully guided him to a 14-0 record, they believe the same thing.
Cologne had a knockout win here in New York back in April.
Most of the fights for Cologne have been in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico.
Cologne landing the right hand there moments ago.
Both these fighters know what's at stake. Lowest weight for Finney in almost 2 years. Well, actually, it has been 2 years. And for Cologne,
work, fellas, watch that
lightest weight since his 3rd fight. Cologne a little taller, a little rangier, a little longer. You would think that would equate into him wanting to use his jab a little more, control that range.
Work, fellas, work, fellas.
You could see Cologne trying to control that outside, control that range where Finney's got to take the chances coming in because he's shorter. And Cologne's going to look to catch him as he takes those chances. Like that.
Good combination that time, and I liked how he finished it off with the left hook as well from Cologne. Finney against the unbeaten Prichard Cologne. End of 1. Teddy, look at who's ringside here for PBC on ESPN. Susan Sarandon.
She was in Bull Durham some years ago.
So many great films through the years.
She's not as good a boxing fan as the girl we have here, Rosie Perez. I can tell you that right now. But that doesn't mean she can't enjoy the fights.
Rosie did a great job earlier tonight with Marisol. We'll hear from Rosie Perez throughout the night. And she'll join us in just a little bit. Round 2 here scheduled for 6. Cologne comes here to Barclays 14-0 with 11 knockouts.
Yeah, right now Cologne's trying to beat that kid that you might remember with a not a good memory when you were young in the neighborhood that was on top of the hill and you tried to go up the hill and he was throwing things at you. Apples, hopefully not rocks. Finney's a kid trying to get up the hill. Look, Cologne's controlling that range. And you can see he understands that he has an advantage when Finney comes in. And a shot to catch him before Finney can get to him. And he caught him there with a good
Sure did. And he backs it up with another right hand. And boy, oh boy, are the punches flying in Brooklyn tonight.
Yeah, Finney's not getting up that hill. I think that was a rock.
It's over. A series of big right hands from Prichard Cologne, and he is now 15-0 with 12 knockouts.
And I think Rosie Perez is very happy. She favors Puerto Rican fighters. I think she loves them all, but favors the Puerto Ricans a little bit.
Teddy, what's your quick take on Cologne?
You need to see a little bit more, but he used his range well, controlled distance well, did exactly what I was just talking about. Matter of fact, let's walk through it right here. He knew that Finney was going to have to take the chances coming in, getting up that hill, and he had a right hand for him. Take a look again. Finney drops that left hand. I think he had it in the mind, Finney, to throw something with that left hand, and Cologne beat him to it. Watch, Finney starts to move that left. Yep, he was going to drop that left to throw it to the body, it looked like. Here's a lesson for you young fighters out there. Never, never give up defense for offense. Finney gave up defense for offense, dropped that left hand a little bit to throw it. Cologne beat him to the mark with the right hand.
Puerto Rican Prichard Cologne, who now has come to New York in back-to-back fights, scored knockouts. This comes in the second round.
And again, I like the way, look, Cologne, physicality, tall, rangy, and he has an idea of how he has to use those physical attributes. Control the outside.
Finney, who started his career 12-0 into the arms of Sade Murtaugh, is now winless in his last 5. Ray Flores has the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute 23 seconds of the second round. A referee in charge, Sade Murtaugh, waves off the bout for your winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, Prichard Diggett Cologne.
Teddy, you promised a fun night here at Barclays. Back-to-back fights, knockouts throughout. We haven't seen the end of a second round. Rosie Perez was able to spend time with the featured fighters. That's coming up, and Teddy will get us set for the Malignaggi-Danny Garcia main event as the PBC on ESPN continues. Stay with us.